All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Today is going to be a special one
Mm-hmm.
because this is going to be a different podcast. I mean, Mason and I don't really have anything on the agenda. We thought that this would be a great episode for you guys to get to know us. I mean, for the 7 viewers that we have or 7 listeners that we have. But
Shout out to all of you.
much appreciated. But yeah, I mean, today is going to be a super relaxed, just conversation podcast, and just
David is gonna lose some chess.
probably I haven't played in a while. Last time I played was yesterday with you.
Yeah. No.
But before that, it's been a while. Yeah.
Literally same. Yeah. No, literally like yesterday, just playing with you is when I learned that there is technique to this game and that you don't just move pieces how they're supposed to move.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. We ended at a stalemate, but
Ugh,
I
yeah,
actually
I'm so
think it'll be a
bad.
little different because I actually know what the hell. I
To
learned
do
some
this-
stuff from you yesterday, so now
Okay.
you're in trouble, bro.
When did you learn how to play chess?
So I mean, I've known how to play like since I was a kid. Like we had a chessboard at the cottage and we would just play. But even then, like I've known to play and I've gone through little periods of playing, but never have I done any form of technique. It's just like pawns move like this, horses move like this, and then
Okay.
like I just try to kill as many people as I could, and it would always just end in a stalemate. So
For me, it was I've always wanted to learn how to play chess, and because every time I would see people play chess, I just thought that it was so complicated that, like, for me, it boggled my mind. I didn't understand it. So seeing the complexity of the game made me realize on how, like, oh, that is a cool game, and I just felt like I wasn't able to play it because it was so difficult.
Yeah.
It almost made me feel like we're dumb, But I actually learned how to play in 2020.
because Queen's Gambit.
No,
Oh, that was the one, bro.
No.
That's what got me back into it for a period of time.
no. What got me to play chess was during COVID in 2020. I was working at Rogers, and basically during the lockdown, no customers would come. And so what we would do, Steve, and all of my other colleagues, we would just play a game of chess, and basically would play the game of chess for lunch.
That's
Whoever.
Because right around that same time is when Queen's Gambit came out, and about everyone in the world started playing chess.
Oh, really?
Like same with me. I started playing for a period of time, but even still, even after watching that show, which have you seen that?
No, I haven't. But you told me
should.
about it.
It's a really good show, even if you're not into chess. Like it's quite a good show. But even after watching that, which is about someone competing and getting really good at it, but
No spoilers.
that's all I'll say.
Okay.
No spoiler, but it even still I had no interest in learning techniques. Like I had no idea how that stuff worked.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
the Queen's Gambit is a technique, like a opening move, or like I don't know exactly, but it's a way to start the game. The Queen's Gambit, and there's different gambits and different things like a play in basketball, like it's
Like
like
strategies.
exactly. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try to get the board to go this way, and then they might see that you're doing a Queen's Gambit and know how to counter that. It's like it gets crazy.
yeah. I mean, for me, I just want to get proficient enough in the game of chess so that I can beat my dad.
Is he good?
My dad's really, bro. I when I learned how to play chess, I played for like 2 weeks straight or 3 weeks straight, and I was even playing online, and I was so confident, bro. And I was beating some people, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if my dad knows how to play chess. Let me see if he knows how to play chess, bro. And I bought this chess board, bro. This is marble. That's how I got into like I was so into chess
Yeah.
that
You
I
wanted
thought
that real
I
set.
got a real set, bro. It took me like 2 weeks to find the one that I wanted, and I saw this one's a marble. I was like, yo, I want that.
It is nice.
And it feels dirty, but yeah.
I
But
like it.
I played him, couldn't beat him. Played him 3 times, and I thought I was like,
He's
I was
just
like,
good, eh?
He's just good. He's just really calculated. That man is very calculated.
I mean,
and
that's
patient.
That's the thing about chess is like if you have any idea of strategy, you can beat anyone who doesn't. And then once you're against people who know, then it becomes a game of skill and building that strategy. But 99% of people playing chess just know how the pieces move, and they know you're just trying to kill people and eventually kill the king. They don't know how to actually corner them, and
Yeah.
like they're not thinking 10
Ahead.
moves ahead. They're like, oh crap, they just did that. Now I can kill him. Or now I'm in danger. I got to do something. Like they're just thinking of that move right then and there.
Yeah. All right.
But
Well,
let's see.
let's play. I will go first.
Yes, sir.
One thing I really like about chess too is that because it's almost like it's a good representation of life, because just because you put yourself in a bad position does not mean that it's over. You know what I mean? Like
true.
There's always ways to get around a bad situation.
Yeah. Like yesterday, there was like, you were just kind of ripping through. And then for a period of time, I was like, wait, I actually might be able to come back from this. And then you just killed everyone. And then like, yeah, it ended up as like just stalemate.
Yeah. I'm really bad at that. I always get stalemates. But yeah, I mean, the podcast, this one is, I'm kind of excited for this one because I want to learn more about you, Mason. I mean, I feel like we are so busy with just talking about work and making sure that the business is going well.
Yeah.
That you and I don't ever get to have like a cool conversation about like one-on-one. And I feel like if people are going to listen to us, I'm sure a lot of them would appreciate or would be interested in learning more about us.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. But no, it's true. We're so focused these days on the business and just, I mean, but it's made sense. You know, we're finally getting to a point where it's open, it's done. Like we can actually
hang out, chill
back
out,
and relax for a second.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
But yeah,
man, like it's weird because I feel like ever since you and I started the business, I developed this personality where I'm always almost uncomfortable when I'm not doing anything. Like even right now, I feel like I'm not being productive, even though we're filming a podcast. But because of the fact that I'm playing chess with you, I almost feel really guilty.
I do know what you're saying. I do. It's a challenging thing, man. Like when there's no set rules of what you're supposed to be getting done in a day, it's really hard to not get that way and not feel like you didn't do enough. Like at a job, you know, you have your daily tasks and, you know, it might be hard to get them done in your 8 hours, but once they're done, you're done and you get to forget about it. But it's like, there's never a real clear moment where it's like, we're done working for today. So it can be challenging, bro. Like, but I can see, like, we kind of had to let go of that while opening the space because it was just about getting it done. Like, just freaking get this place open. But now, you know, I see us kind of coming back, finding that balance in life, finding that ability to relax a little bit.
Yeah. For the record, I'm not making any excuses right now. This is so weird how I'm just looking at it from like sideways.
I know.
It's just like it
is trippy.
It is very trippy. But yeah, I mean, going to what you just said, I mean, like I know life can be super busy and you can get so caught up with just doing so much. Like, what do you do to like kind of wind down?
You know what's so funny is in this like month and a half of getting the studio space ready, I would just have like there would be times where we would say, oh, let's go home early today. You know, it was like 5 p.m. and we'd go home, and literally I would just be like, what the hell am I gonna do? Like I literally had no clue. Like, wait, what? Like, it's just like free and I get to like pick something to do.
Yeah.
It's so abstract. Like I had no idea even what to think.
Bro, I do feel that as well because lately when I just would go and would go home and like obviously I would walk my dog and like hang out with him, play with him, and that would take me like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, and then after I'm all settled and it's like 9 p.m. I'm just like, whoa, like what do I want to do right now?
Yeah.
It's almost like because it gets to a point where like everything is closed. There's really nothing I want to do. Like I want to go, and the big part of me is like I want to come back here at the studio and like do some work, but then at the same time I tell myself, no, you gotta relax and whatnot. And yeah, it's weird. But I mean, for you, like, what do you do though?
So I'm really trying to think. Like, I've slowly started introducing things back. Honestly, this is what I'll say. So because in this period of time, like, we literally stopped like going to the gym. We stopped like just basically all normal tasks in life.
No, no, what? Oh my
You
bejesus.
see the long shot.
I did not see
Sniped
that.
that boy. Pow.
Oh my bejeez.
You
Jeez
weren't ready for
Louise.
that one.
Oh, this is gonna be a lot harder than I want it to be.
You
But
actually screwed yourself because
I
you
know.
see that formation, bro. That's all because I learned it from you yesterday.
I know, bro. I
It's
do see that
dangerous
you're
now.
so balanced.
You're in danger.
Sorry, yeah, I cut you off. So.
But low-key, like right now, when I have free time or a night to myself, literally what I do is I stretch, I take a shower, and I go to bed early. That's my free time right now.
Wow.
Because I just have not been able to do any of those things or like found the time to. So I'm just like, right now, literally all I care about is just taking care of myself again.
Mm-hmm.
And that will include like getting back into the gym.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'll get back into finding my hobbies. You know, like if I had some free time, like recently I'd go for a bike or my main one is just find somebody to get outside, like just sit in the backyard, like read a book, whatever. Like those are kind of the things I've been doing.
Yeah.
But there's really not much like actually coming up with cool, fun things that I like to do. Like that's not really.
I mean, one thing that I will say though is like you do cool things. Like as an example, every time I go over to your house, you always have something cool that you're doing. Like whether you're building like a Lego set or like a puzzle. That's kind of
Yeah,
I actually really
I like
admire
those
that
things.
about you because you do things that are like unconventional.
I see what you're saying. Cause with things like that where you just, you know, you're bored and you're doing stuff, like most people would turn to like video games and stuff.
Yeah.
But I get so bored of video games like
Yeah,
very
bro.
quickly.
Especially if you're not playing with anyone.
Yeah. So, one sec, I gotta
Yeah.
think about
And
what you
for-
just did. You
like for-
sketchy boy.
For me, it's more about when I get home nowadays. Yeah, I want to wind down, but because of the fact that I've used so much of my mental energy at work, I feel like I'm just too exhausted, or like I don't even have the desire of like doing anything else. And like,
Yeah.
I try to like go to bed early, but sometimes
hard too.
That's hard too.
It's hard to just instantly wind down after like your brain racing all day.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
I love building. Like I love like Legos are kind of the best version of it, but they're so expensive and so easy. You just run through them so quick.
I know.
But one thing I've found recently, and there's so many versions of this, but it's like little wood models.
Mm-hmm.
And they're usually like definitely cheaper than Legos, and they take 10 times as long. They're way harder to build, which is literally my only goal. All I care about is cheap and takes long because it just takes up my time.
Yeah.
But within that, anything that you can build. So like building these little like cars that have actual like functioning engines and pistons and wheels and stuff, like that's kind of what I do. It's so like lame, but it's really fun. Like it's just like
It's not lame. It's still kind of cool, you know.
yeah.
Like
I just like building, bro. Like even like this table here, I don't think it's in frame, but
yeah.
it was painted green and we wanted it black for the space. So like
Yeah.
that was kind of my enjoyable thing the last couple nights was just painting that black, covering it in a clear coat. Like
Basically, you just like creating.
I like creating. I like using my hands. Like I really enjoy that. Like I in high school considered going into like carpentry for a while, but I think as a career, not so much. It's more like I like doing it on the side. Like
Yeah.
like I would, and I'm also a big fan of just being resourceful, and I don't like buying things. So like, you know, the next time I need a bed frame, I think I'm gonna build it.
Oh yeah.
Things like
I've
that.
seen that too. Yeah.
Things of that nature.
I mean, one thing that you and I are trying to do right now is we want to get into martial arts.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's,
We've been talking about that. Yeah.
That's gonna be oh man.
And actually,
I'm so like
I'm
out of
taking
this right
some
now.
heavy hitters right
I
now.
know, bro. You really are.
But yeah, you got me into that type of thing. Like, I remember a while back, it started with when we were just going to like Fit for Less. You brought gloves and pads, and we were just doing some combos and like drills. and then you brought me to your gym, your martial arts gym.
Yeah.
Or I don't think it's like you didn't have a membership, but you just brought me to a gym.
Yeah.
And kind of introduced me to all that. And and yeah, it's really fun. But yeah, like when did you get into that? You've been doing that like your whole life, eh?
No, not my entire life. I've actually been doing that since
Like since Philippines though.
yeah,
you mentioned.
definitely. I got into Muay Thai in 2018, I believe, 2018. Yeah, so it's
When you mention the Philippines, you mean like when you go back, you do it. Like it wasn't when you lived there.
no. When I
Okay,
went back, yeah, no,
Okay.
I was telling you that story. No, that's when
Yeah.
I went to visit in 2021. Yeah, I did it that time. Oh my goodness, bro! My brain is discombobulated.
It's hard because
It's hard, bro.
When we played yesterday, it was like 90% of the time we were just silent.
We were
thinking.
not saying anything, but right now
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep up a conversation. But no, I got into Muay Thai in 2018. I would say that's a safe year to say. And then I just been doing it since. I mean, I haven't been doing it consistently as much as I want to, but it's really fun, bro. Because like I've done everything, bro. Like from whether that's doing powerlifting, CrossFit, baseball. I've done it all, man. Like
Yeah.
we've even did sort of bodybuilding, obviously.
Yeah.
But all those get old really quick for me, and like it's so repetitive that it wasn't fun, and that's why I really liked CrossFit when I was into the gym thing, just because all the movement was so complex and so different, and I was learning something new that it was a lot more fun than just doing traditional bodybuilding
Yeah.
and
No, I totally
powerlifting,
agree.
you know, just because it was so repetitive. And then I got into Olympic weightlifting. But yeah, the martial arts thing, I love it. And I love it when people in my circle are doing it. I mean, there's really no one in my circle that's doing martial arts.
Yeah.
But so I try to get people to do it. And so it would be really hype if you and I start doing it, you know, as like
Yeah, because we're discussing there's a new gym kind of new that opened literally like in between our houses,
I know.
and it's really close to both of us. So I think we're discussing, you know, getting a membership there and just trying to make it a habit where we come here until like 4:30, then go to the class at 6 there, like and on like multiple times a week, just so we both get back into it.
Yeah.
I think that would be very fun doing Muay Thai, because the only class I've done in the past is boxing, and anytime I do it on my own time, it's always boxing, like heavy
Yeah.
bag and stuff.
Yeah.
Just because I love that style of working out. Like it's cardio, but so much more than that. Like it's so much. Like you're working muscles you didn't even know you had. Like it's really wild. The first couple times I boxed, like it literally felt like my like sides were just ripping. Like it's insane.
Yeah, and bro, and when you do Muay Thai, it's gonna be so much different than just traditional boxing.
I know. I'm actually scared.
And because you're not only thinking about the punches, you're also thinking about like people's knees, the kicks, the
Yeah.
elbows. I mean, you're not gonna do all the elbows right when you start, but when you're sparring people, just them doing leg kicks and you just having to
Yeah.
block those, and you also have to just be prepared, you know. And like
Yeah.
especially when people start adding the feints, you know, like whether you think they're kicking but then they're actually just throwing a jab, it's
Actually
so
sounds
complex,
very
right?
scary. But it's a cool, like, I'm just excited to like have that skill of fighting. Like even in just the small amount of boxing I've done,
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about what it feels like to actually throw a punch and like put your weight behind it. Whereas before
Yeah.
I would just kind of like throw my arm around. Like,
But that's the thing, a lot of people have a this is a funny thing about fighting, is that a lot of people have this idea of when they get into a fight, they always plan on what they want to do, like what kind of punches they'll throw, or play that little scenario in their head, but they don't have a plan on what they would do if the other guy starts to retaliate.
I know.
Right? Like, what are you going to do once you run out of breath from trying to punch me and you missed, and then now I'm trying to go after you? Like,
Yeah.
what are you going to
You
do
know
there?
that Mike Tyson quote, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
So true,
It's so true,
Because
bro.
I remember I had this thought. I've always had this like vision in my head, in like high school and stuff. I was like, if I ever got in a fight, I'm gonna
Yeah.
stand there. I'm gonna wait for them to throw a punch. I'm gonna duck it and come up and just end their
Bro,
life.
how are you gonna duck it
and
when
then-
you're taller than everybody? You're literally 6'2"
Bro, there
in
is
like
no
ninth grade.
shot I'm ducking a punch in any situation.
I know,
but I
bro.
just like that was the scenario in my head. Like I'm gonna just go. It's like this slow motion movie scene. just-
Yeah, exactly. And I think every guy has that little like scenario in their head, you know, that the
check.
that the
No, 100%. Everyone has
play
this,
in their head.
hero scene that they just
Exactly.
like this. But then again, like you said, like that's assuming there's this person just squaring up with me, slowly thinking about his moves, getting
Yeah.
ready, then throwing a punch. But there's people in like street fights that just they see you and just start wailing. Like there's
I
no
know.
dodging and returning on that. Like
Exactly.
it's just it's a unrealistic vision. But then just knowing how because that's a beautiful thing about doing classes and sparring is you get used to being up against someone and none of this is in the thought of I want to fight people. I never have ever been interested in that, especially like a street fight. But,
Yeah.
because that has nothing to do with training. Like
Yeah.
if someone just pulls out a knife or something, like all training goes out the window, or brings 8 of their friends, you know. So
yeah.
it's more about just knowing how this stuff works and being used to the situation, so you're not like scared out of your mind. And
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing is like being confident and like knowing that you can handle a certain situation. And like also like when you're training, your fighting IQ just gets a lot better, right? And then so like when you're in altercation, you know not to stand too close where they can possibly like throw a haymaker and just hit you. You know, like you know how to keep your distance, you know. You kind of learn how to read people's body language and just the way they're moving, you know, like that. There's a lot of that, and that's the thing that I enjoy a lot with martial arts, because you're always just thinking, bro, like martial arts is basically like playing chess with another person. Bro.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a mental game.
yeah,
You know, it's
I
like
agree. Strategy. It's
exactly. There's a
Yeah.
there's a strategy behind it, bro. You can't just like you can't just go in there thinking that, oh, I'm the strongest and the baddest guy out there and I'm gonna whoop everybody's ass. Bro, life does not work that way.
I actually heard this podcast where they were talking to a UFC fighter, and he was mentioning how he has this technique where when he's like up against the guy and they're like kind of starting out the round,
Yeah.
he'll go and he'll purposefully be like switching stance, like doing these lots of really random movements with the sole purpose of making it so you don't have time to even think about your strategy. All you're doing is trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do first and what to counter. Because then when you're confused, you just go to what's comfortable. So then you start throwing the same punches. Then now I can predict that and I'll counter. It's this like 10-step plan of I'm doing this, so you think about that, so that I can then think about what you're doing. It's like, it's crazy to think like how deep it can go.
Bro, and that's the thing too. And like just because you know how to fight does not mean that you can beat up everybody. Because for example, bro, like if you're in a street fight and then you're fighting a guy who's just so awkward and like they're just unconventionally, like he doesn't know what he's doing, but his movements are just so unpredictable that you could get caught with a nice punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, that could happen.
Yeah, that could happen to someone who's been, because you could literally be like training constantly.
Yeah.
But then, you're training against people who are using technique. So if you're fighting someone with no technique, then all that goes out the window too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's more advantage of you knowing how to fight, and then
of course,
like you'll be at a much higher
9 times
advantage.
out of 10, it's
absolutely
it'll work for you. But
it
is. It's wild.
I know. Have you ever gone into a street fight?
Never, not once.
Not once?
Never. Like the closest thing that ever came to it is in high school. Me and this guy, like, we'd always just argue, and then one time, like, he like got up, got in my face. I pushed him. He pushed me back, and then we both got expelled. That was it.
Bro, just pushing, bro. That's
no,
soft.
sorry, suspended.
Suspended. Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, expelled.
You wouldn't be
not.
here. Yeah.
But we got suspended for 1 day each, and there was 1 push each. That was my biggest fight I ever got into.
Oh my god.
And I was like, never once have I ever been like interested in any way or thought
and you
that
shouldn't
I would
be. And that's good. That means you don't
successful.
have a big ego, because a lot of guys
exactly.
they tend to feel that. They need to prove something.
I've always been in the mindset like I have no point, like no interest in showing you that I can fight. And honestly, the reality is I can't, and I have no care. Like that is the reality that I have no issue with. Like,
but you do have an advantage of being 6'4", bro. Like,
and that's
people just walk around, you're just hovering everybody, and nobody just wants to touch you.
But also that kind of makes people want to, because they're like,
they want to test it
this
out.
guy thinks he's tough. He's a big man. I'm like, I don't think I'm tough, bro. I know I'm big,
but the thing is, no, you don't run your mouth like that.
I don't.
You know, you don't. So like, if you were big and you were running your mouth, then people want to test it out. But I mean, like, I think for the most part, you're pretty safe.
I would agree.
In my opinion, you know,
like, I don't like to cause trouble too much. I like to just
trouble is not a
keep things
chill. And we're at the age right now where like getting ourselves in trouble, just like we have so much to lose, you know. Like,
there's no benefit.
There's no benefit, bro. It's just like an ego like thing. Like, yo, fuck it, man. There's no point. Yeah. This is a lot harder than I expected it to be. One, the positioning of how we're sitting and how we're looking at the table, and secondly, because I'm also just trying to think of flowing this conversation.
I know there's two things.
But then also thinking of a strategy and whatnot. For the people that are watching that are probably like following our pieces, they're probably thinking like, yo, these guys are whack. And we are not in any way like good at all.
We have no knowledge of this game.
Yeah.
Like,
just know the rules.
I do think this time I've used a lot more strategy, but it's more defensive. Like, I still don't really know how I'm gonna check you in any way, but but I'm in a much better position than yesterday. By yesterday, I had like a castle and a horse. Like, I had nothing left.
Yeah. Castle and a horse.
I don't know the names, bro. A knight? Which one's a knight?
That's the knight. Oh, fuck. The horse is the knight.
Okay.
And then the oh my god, bro. What's this called? I just forgot.
It's not a castle?
No, it's not a castle.
Rook?
No.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it is rook.
That's rook?
No.
Or is this rook?
This is the bishop.
Bishop.
Yeah, this is the rook.
Rook.
Yeah.
And you got king, queen.
King, queen, and knights and pawns. Hopefully we're right. Yeah, rook. Sounds about right.
I've heard of a rook.
Rookie. We're about to make some rookie mistakes.
I'm saying.
But yeah, I mean, what's another thing that I actually wanted to ask was if, let's say, you weren't into like business right now, what do you think you'd be doing?
That's very challenging, because
like if you and
high school, I had no idea. Like, I've never had a clear vision, and that's honestly why I went into business. Because to me, I'm not committing to the next 40 years of my life. It's like, this is the current business venture that I'm trying, and then it is your goal. I don't know if you know that.
Is mine?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you move?
I don't know what my I saved, because you checked me and then I moved my king.
And you moved your king, and then
That's it.
And I think I made a move.
Did you?
Yeah, I moved this.
No, that was earlier when I checked you.
Oh.
Did you just move this? Because I don't like where it's at. I'm not
I think so. Oh my goodness. I don't know whose turn. I think it's yours, bro.
Okay.
I think it's yours. Yeah. Should be right. Yeah. I think it's yours.
Okay. What were we saying? Yeah. The reason I got into business is because I like through high school, I really tried to figure it out, like what I wanted. And it was hard. Like, I did not know where I wanted to go in life. And like everything I thought very logically, like how many hours I'd be working, how much I would make,
really?
how much time I would get to spend with my family, how much freedom I would have, how much growth there is. Like, I would think of it all. And wait, I had a plan that does not work anymore.
But I think, I mean, like, nobody knows what they want to do in high school.
So hard.
It's crazy how, like, you were even thinking of it that deeply, like how many hours you're going to have to work, how much money you're going to make. Because for me, it was more of like, I fell into the whole of like just following the society's blueprint of doing high school and then going to university or college right after.
Well,
and
same.
like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I felt like, bro, when I applied for school, I literally just applied for whatever I seemed interesting.
Yeah.
Like I
mean,
didn't.
and that's not the worst plan. Like,
It is, bro, because I literally went to university my first semester. I didn't know what
yeah,
program I was in, bro.
I'm a firm
It was
believer
bad,
in
bro.
like
It was bad.
taking minimum a year off. Like, I think everyone's so worried about timelines. Like,
I know.
I think it's not like, if that were my plan to be going to university, and who knows what comes, but I have no problem with like starting university at like 25. Like,
Yeah,
I know,
but that's the thing.
I
That's
know
the
it's like,
social construct, bro.
I
Because
know.
people would feel like they're being judged.
like, I know there's issues involved in how do you make money before then? Are you just working minimum wage? Like, it's hard to get a well-paying job without that. But
yeah,
like, I think it's so important to just find what you actually like, then just rush into it and then either be miserable or do it all over again. And I don't know. I'm a fan of taking time, figuring it out. And that's why business made sense to me, because I can, we started Lanllo. If it didn't work out, okay, then we start something else. Or,
exactly.
But the truth is, if I wasn't in business, and I've actually thought about this, like, if like I move on from it, I think I'd be in real estate. I think I would be a real estate agent, or at least that's where I'd start.
Okay.
Because I like anything where it gives you the opportunity to just grow out of it. Business and real estate, you can take what you make, or I guess it's true in any career, but you can just build a portfolio of real estate and then use that as your income, as rental properties or whatever. Like, that's kind of always been my vision, no matter where I go, is build a portfolio outside of my job and then not need my job anymore if I don't want it. It's my goal, eh?
Yeah, it's yours.
But yeah, what about you? Where would you be, like with your, I know out of high school neither of us knew, but now, if you had to get a career?
I mean, if I have to really backtrack, when I was in high school, I really wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to be a baseball player. I was really pursuing that. And and then obviously I went to post-secondary, and none of that was just really working out for me. I just never really been the person that excelled in school.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I was dumb, but I mean, it was more of like, I just felt like I was wasting my time. I felt like my skills or like my talent just wasn't being used all that much, right? Because like, if I was being outspoken, is being outspoken the thing?
Outspoken,
If me being outspoken was, if me being outspoken would get me in trouble in school, like it really discouraged me to just want to be there, like
I totally
like
agree.
School is such a like cookie cutter. Like in real life, when there is a problem, there are multiple ways of solving it. But
totally.
in school, if they give you a problem, you had to solve it in one way, in the way that they want you to solve it.
Yeah.
And it was just so limiting. And so I didn't really like that aspect of school. And so that's why I was really pursuing like the athlete route.
Okay.
The athletic route.
That was in your mind, that was your way out of that.
Exactly. And I mean,
path.
I went to university, and I stayed in university for 2 years before moving to college, because I was just playing baseball. I loved that. And like, I've had great opportunities to go to school elsewhere for baseball, but anyway, it didn't really work out for me. But then I fell in love with business. I've always loved business, but if I wasn't doing business, what would I be doing? I don't know. What am I good at? What do you think I'm good at? I mean, I'm good at. I like cars.
I think me and you are just good at learning things.
Yeah.
So I think we could
really
find
hands-on.
success in any career that just didn't need a specific university degree,
Yeah,
like
like
a
things
science-based engineering,
like-
like anything other than those.
It's so funny that you reminded me of. I really wanted to be a wildlife biologist. I love animals, and I used to geek out on animals. I used to have books and textbooks and watch, spend my summer learning about animals. And so I wanted to be a wildlife biologist, and but finding out that I needed to do a lot of like science, like chemistry and all that stuff, I just wasn't enticing to me, so I gave up on that dream. But I guess because of the fact that I'm so hands-on, I mean, it's so weird because I've always pursued the entrepreneurial thing. Like even now thinking about it, it's like, yo, if I wasn't into business, what would I be doing? I was like, maybe I'd be working with cars and have my own shop, but like, yo, that's a business. You know, like
true.
that's just the mindset of, that's just where my mindset is at. But I
Yeah.
think I'd be working somewhere where it's really hands-on.
Yeah, same. I
Hands-on,
like that
where
too.
like I don't want to be sitting down just thinking. I want to be doing things, you know. I want to be
Yeah.
stimulated.
Actually, yeah. So I guess an important part of this whole thing is I actually did go to university for a year. I took a year off of high school, and then I went to university for human kinetics. And I didn't really know where I wanted to be. It's another example of just not thinking it through enough. But I was into powerlifting. I was getting my personal training certificate. Like, I was in that realm. I really liked learning about it, and I liked just knowing about the human body and stuff. So it was like I went to it more because I liked what I was going to be learning about, not because I liked the career options after. But so I was in there's two streams of that. There's the social sciences one, and then I forget the actual names, but like the science-based ones.
Okay.
So one is more focused on psychology within sports, and you do learn about anatomy and stuff. The other one, you're literally taking like biology, chemistry, calculus. Like, your first year is biomed, literally, except you have one course that's switched out for a human kinetics course.
Bro, that sounds
And
so like
it was brutal.
Yeah.
I was not cut out for that. Like,
yeah.
and I made it through the first year, and just no sleep, terrible grades, all that. And I'm like, clearly this is not where I'm supposed to be.
And the crazy thing about that is that I'm really happy that you have really supportive parents that didn't judge you, because a lot of people feel like they don't have the luxury of just taking time off or thinking about it, just because one, they have responsibilities, and or like they just feel like they are wasting their time, even though they want to, even though it's not a waste of time. They just don't want to be judged by their family or their friends and whatnot. And that's the biggest thing. And so I'm happy that you took the route that you took, because it's definitely the best route for where you are and where you want to be.
You're right. I'm definitely very lucky with that. Like, I definitely had a lot of support in taking my time. I took a year off, did that, didn't go back. Like, I didn't drop out. I just did not renew in my next semester. So there was no like penalties in that sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was hard, man.
What was my answer? Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I wasn't into business, I'd be doing. That wasn't a far, by the way. If I wasn't into business, I would be doing something that's hands-on. Whether I'd be working with cars, probably, or like sales.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know,
into
like
cars, eh?
Yeah, I love cars. I mean, I love and hate relationship about cars, because there's not enough money to buy the things that I want, and also just you could be such a like
headache. Of cars, man, mine is done right now.
I know,
I'm
bro.
like you've been driving every day, because literally I went to the shop to get a $30 like gasket replaced.
Yeah.
The guy calls me and says, yo, there's like $6,000 worth of damage on this car. Not damage, but like wear and tear, just things that need to be replaced. And it's an older car. I've been kind of starting to have problems with it, so it's definitely not eating up. Oh, we're checky. It's definitely not eating up $6,000 of my money.
I know. And that's the thing about cars, is that like cars can be really expensive, but I think it's a much more wiser decision. I mean, if you can afford it, it's a much more wiser decision to get a car that would actually last you a long time, because when it gives you problems, it's a big problem.
It's huge.
You know? And
not only like, even if I had the money to drop $6,000.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, sorry. Forgot. Okay.
Because I mean, it just saves you a headache in the long term, and like, yo, of course, save your money, do what you got to do, but in terms of trying to save, let's say like $2,000 or $3,000 when you can afford it, just increase your budget a little bit so that you don't have to go through that big headache in the future.
The main reason I went this route is I hate monthly payments.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to finance a car, so I bought this car outright
Yeah.
at a much lower value.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I also got really lucky in terms of it was right before kind of the COVID price jump of everything, so it was a lot more reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely. But you and I are into cars. You and I love cars. I mean, I like having nice cars.
Yeah, it's very fun. And I love your car. Like your car it's shown me the value in getting a better performance car because it just makes it so much more fun. Yeah.
And you just enjoy it more, like driving is something that you do every day. Might as well just enjoy it. Like, for example, like when I got my car, a lot of people were saying like, yo, why would you spend that money? Blah, 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 blah. But hey, man, like, yeah, I could have gone like an average car and would have saved an extra $200 or like $150 on my monthly payment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, then I would be stuck on a car that I'm not really happy with.
Yeah.
But the thing about me, the way I justify that is like, yes, I'll spend that extra $150 a month on a car payment because that's my source of fun.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas some people will have like a $250 or like $300 car payment, but then they spend an extra $300 on buying new shoes or doing whatever it is, clothes or whatever,
Going out
like
drinking,
that's their source of fun.
Yeah.
For me, I don't have that. There are only little things that I enjoy in this life, and one of them is a car. One of them is having a nice car.
Is it my goal?
No, it's my goal.
Okay. Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, some would say that's a bad financial decision, but hey,
and it just
I could
depends.
also argue that whatever you're doing every weekend is a bad financial decision.
Yeah, it just depends. Right? Everyone's got their own situation, and for some people, they don't have that much fun. Like a car isn't this huge source of fun, so it's like that would be a waste. Like there's no point in
similarly
on that.
Similarly on how I would look at going out every weekend or every month and spending $200-$300 out in the club is a waste of time or a waste of money. People can have that same view with getting a nice car, because any car can technically get you to point A to point B, but it's about the experience, man. And like, one thing about car too is that like it's not just something that I can experience, but it's also something that people can experience. Like when I got my car, when I get my cars, like I love it when people drive my car, because like now I know that they can actually experience what I'm experiencing. It's like even my BMW. I loved it when like you would take out for a spin and like like so fun. Because what's the point of me having a nice car if you can't even experience it? Like I'll just be talking about it. Yo, man, 0 to 60 is so quick. Like, yeah, I can say all those things, but like if you haven't experienced it, it's just like me just talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with this new car.
And we had a buddy who just let us drive his Tesla.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Exactly,
My
man.
first Tesla, it was very cool.
I know. Teslas are an interesting one.
It's so weird.
I used to be a Tesla lover, bro.
I know. They're like, they've just become so common that like they were so cool. They changed the game, and then like I kind of got used to them. I won't lie.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say the same. But that's the thing. That's just with every business, bro. That with every business, there's always gonna be someone that will do it first. For example, Ford was one of the very first car manufacturer there was in the world, and so they were like the one. If you were to buy a car, you were buying a Ford.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's similar with Tesla. Tesla was one of the first ones to put out electric cars and whatnot.
And they made it so
accessible and
just like functional. Like
exactly. But now there are so many car companies out there that have electric cars that like Tesla is just more of like a second option now.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's very true. It's very true.
If you were, what would your dream car be?
I go back and forth. There's so many cool cars.
Okay,
right
if
now.
You can only have one car for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
what car would you get?
So
Just one car.
I think I hate this. It's so hard. This is challenging.
Would you
man.
go with an SUV?
So
Would
okay,
you go with a
it would be
sedan?
it's between two.
Okay, and you're living here in Canada. I know conditions play
Mm,
a factor, but you're living here in Canada.
Yeah.
You can only have one car for the rest of your life.
So I think option one, which probably makes more sense in Canada, is like a Genesis SUV, like GV80 type thing.
There's no price
Yeah.
limitation.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of like maybe a Porsche SUV, like something like that. But
Yeah.
I like the Genesis a lot. the
Genesis is
GV80s
amazing.
and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just in terms of enjoyment, and it is still pretty functional, it might be a Porsche Taycan.
Bro, it's just so-
It's still, I'm pretty sure it is all-wheel drive, so it could function in the winter. It's 4-door, so it's like, as far as sedans go, like
Check.
it does a lot.
So you would go for an electric car for one car for the rest of your life.
I think so.
That's also considering like you traveling to other like cities.
I know there's a lot of
long
factors to
drive.
consider. It's a challenge. I think at the end of the day, if I really had to decide, I think I'd lean more towards the SUV, like the GV80 or something.
GV8. Okay, that's
I think
respectable.
that's a good one.
That's respectable. That's
I know one of yours is like the Forerunner. That's a big one for you.
yes, and you know what's so funny? That's a really big one for me, but I just changed my mind
Oh,
actually
really?
last night.
What, what is it?
If I was going on that route, like there was no like if there was a budget, I would actually get a GX 460. That's the Lexus one.
Okay.
So I just get a Lexus. So I mean, it has the same, pretty much the same as like the Forerunner, like the components as a Forerunner, but it just has bigger wheels, more luxurious interior, and just
Yeah.
just bigger. And so I think, like, why not? You know?
Yeah.
And like, bro, it's still a Toyota at the end of the day. It's very functional,
reliable.
but reliable. Exactly. That thing they say is basically bulletproof, and I would agree with that. Not in a literal sense, but in a
Yeah.
sense that like you can do a lot with it.
That's sick.
But honestly, for one car, that wasn't my answer, bro.
Yeah,
that wasn't
that's
my
a
answer.
good one. Like just a nice, fast but functional SUV, and that's the issue with the Genesis option is
Yeah.
that's pure luxury and cargo space, but they're not
Yeah.
made for off-roading or anything. Whereas that one, I don't know about the Lexus, but the Forerunner is like pure function, like tons of space,
Check.
tons of like huge off-road capability, like just basically everything you need.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, you can't.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna bleep
I
that.
I honestly thought I was I stalemate you again.
No.
No, I didn't.
Oh wait.
No, I didn't. You have one move.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
You only have one move.
Yeah.
No, but if I had to pick one car, that would be a Lamborghini Urus.
Oh.
That's a good one. It's an SUV. You still get the fast one. Fast one. No, you can't go there, bro.
Horse.
I got my horse, yeah. Because yeah, I got the speed. I'm sure it's comfortable. And I also got the style,
It's definitely
right?
comfortable. But there you do lose. I mean,
It's
I'm
it's
sure-
all-wheel drive. It's gonna be
yeah,
good in the winter.
It'll be good in the winter, yeah. Like
And then when I have kids, I got
you got space.
I got space
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
back.
Yeah.
You know, put a
No.
roof rack on there, go camping.
That'd be
Imagine
sick.
going camping
I
on a
saw a
Lamborghini.
Tesla Model 3 with a
Roof rack?
white like Thule. It was so nice.
Oh, that's so nice. See, this is part of the game where like I have to be very careful.
I know, and this is the same thing that happened yesterday. It took a lot longer because I had some more strategy, but you've worn me down to where I don't really have the ability to checkmate you. I'm
Yeah.
kind of just got to stay alive.
Yeah. Yeah. No way, Jose.
Get
You're
that queen
so
outta
good.
I'm cracked.
You're very crackalicious.
I'm built different.
You're built different.
What you gonna do now?
What am I gonna do
You're
now?
scared, I know
don't know
that.
what I'm gonna do. what I'm gonna do for you. Damn, bro, that really just. This is the crazy thing about chess is that like the whole game could be so different after one move, especially if you're not anticipating it.
Yeah,
You know?
I know. This is a weird. There's so many factors. Like this, like you have a whole plan. They make one move and it's all gone.
I know. Now I'm upset.
Huh. You would if the pawn gets there, you get your queen, right?
I can pick whatever I want back.
You get anything back.
Yeah. There are rules. You can either get your queen back or you can get whatever you want back. Over there. Over. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness, bro. We can't just not talk, bro, because this is a podcast. Special people that are listening on Spotify, people just probably think
Oh my
oh,
God.
it's done.
I feel bad if
Bro,
if
retention.
someone's not watching this.
Retention. I'm so sorry.
This
We're
is
not.
so long.
We're still here. I don't even know how long this is running for, but I mean, after this game is done, I think we should wrap this podcast up.
Definitely. I can't even read that.
Okay. Well, why don't you ask me something? If you
Yeah.
had to ask me a question about whatever it is in my life, what would you ask?
Okay. If there was no other factors, or wait, no, that doesn't make sense. But with everything, just like with the business, with life, with family, with all of it, would you rather, if you had to pick one and you can't switch back or visit, would you pick to live in Canada or the Philippines? And no, you can't visit the other one once you pick. You're stuck.
Philippines.
You just go away.
Yeah, man. I mean,
respect that.
but here's the thing. A lot of people might disagree with me on this, and like obviously there are different factors. So Philippines is a great country. Well, first and foremost, I would much rather be there because of all of my family and just the weather is beautiful, you know, and whatnot. But the reason why I would pick Philippines over Canada, and even though Canada is a lot more peaceful, have more opportunity, but because of the mindset that I've developed being here in Canada, I can carry that over to the Philippines.
Yeah, that
and
makes
so in the Philippines, when I go there, I would just establish a business. I would go and establish a business and just live there, bro. I mean,
would you do something that's like local?
no.
Or
If it was local, I wouldn't make a lot of money.
yeah.
And I would do something a bit more international. I do have plans in the future to just build resorts in the Philippines, especially from the place where I grew up in, just because soon enough they'll be opening up the airport, and so once the airport is open, it would be a great opportunity for tourism to come in, you know, and so I can hopefully capitalize on that. What about you, bro? Like, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you want to go?
If I had to pick where to live and be stuck there, it would be Canada.
Why?
'Cause I love Canada. There's so much variety in it. Like you can do.
That's interesting, but you've been across the world, bro. I mean,
I've traveled a
like,
lot, and
you-
I like spots to visit. Like, yeah, I've been to Thailand. I've been to like Mexico, a couple spots in the U.S. Like I've been around.
yeah.
But I don't know. Like, first of all, yeah, I think for similar reasons to you, like it's just where my family is. It's where everything I know is.
And you're comfortable here.
But there's also so much variety in Canada. Like, you know, you can live in Toronto, which is like a big city, lots going on, lots of creatives and business. Like, just like it's a cool place to live.
Yeah.
And then you can live in BC and have like warm weather and mountains, or you can live in the east and be in Newfoundland, which is like my favorite place in the world. But like,
True.
yeah, I like Canada a lot.
You like Canada.
Lots of variety.
And those are definitely valid points. I mean, like, you've only asked me if I Canada or Philippines, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's more about which
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I forgot how that moved.
Bro, I was like,
Okay.
okay.
So this is game over, dude.
You have 2 pawns and you have your king.
What are we gonna do here?
Bro, I know I have the advantage, but I'm probably gonna stalemate you because I'm just so bad at this, bro.
I don't think I can't see a way of you because I feel like you need to checkmate early on.
Yes.
Now there's nothing keeping me still. Like I can move anywhere.
No, not necessarily. I could corner you.
Yeah. I know. Actually, yesterday you
Like,
stalemated me in a way that I didn't expect, but
You literally yesterday you only had the king and 1 pawn, and I stalemated you, and I
Yeah.
had like this.
so I guess I'll just move my king around.
Move your king around. Give me a queen. Like queen. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can get your queen back if you wanted to.
I can't move my pawn, bro. Actually, that pawn's in danger anyway.
Yeah.
Like there's
all in
3
danger.
things in my way to get a pawn back home.
Back to the other side. Oh, interesting. See, this is exactly how it was yesterday.
I guess I have a strat.
What's your strat?
I'm gonna just stay wide out in the open.
Quick question. What's one thing you think I don't know about you?
Very interesting.
Check.
Something you don't know about me, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that much. That is so hard to answer.
That's
I
a
have
hard
no
question.
clue.
No? Yeah.
That's like I can't think of anything that's like not obvious about me. Do you have an answer to that?
One thing that I don't know. Depends.
Next time we do this, we should just play Connect 4.
I know, bro. Yeah, we should definitely just play
This
Connect
is
4.
wild.
One thing that you didn't know about me is that I actually want to build a school. I want
In
to
Philippines?
I want to build a school. Yeah, I want to build a school in the Philippines. The reason for that is when I grew up, the school that I went to was not the best.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want to build a school. I want to open up a library, and I want to open up a gymnasium, and just offer that to kids.
That's sick.
Because those are the things that I didn't have growing up, you know?
Yeah.
And like, bro, when I played baseball, this is how I got into baseball, bro. I don't know what it was, but in 3rd grade, one of my kids were just started playing this game called baseball. I was like, what is baseball, right? And we didn't even know what the rules were.
Is it like
but
common out there?
No, it wasn't, bro. It was just, I don't know. It was just one day, like everybody started playing baseball, and bro, and mind you, there was no equipment, no nothing, no gloves. We just knew that you had to hit the ball.
Yeah.
So what we did was you had a tennis ball, and we just hit it with a stick, just like a big branch, bro.
Wow.
Just a big branch. And then one day, bro, a kid came to school with a baton.
Oh my
And we
God.
used it as a baseball bat. So his dad was a security guard. He took his dad's baton
Oh my
to
God.
school. And we used that, and we thought that was the coolest thing ever, bro.
That's
It was shaped
hilarious.
like a baseball bat, right? So we were just tossing that baton around.
Wow.
And yeah, and then when I came to Canada, my dad was like, "Yo, what sport do you like? What sport do you want to play?" And I was like, "Baseball."
Wow.
You know, and I've never seen a baseball glove.
That is
I've
so
never seen a
interesting.
real baseball, and so
Imagine it was like hockey or something. That would be crazy.
yeah,
Such a
like in the
different,
Philippines, bro.
No,
That's
like,
the furthest thing.
you just same thing, stick in a tennis ball, but like
Check.
on the ground. Like that is.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
But still, one time in elementary school,
yeah.
me and a bunch of kids had an insulation fight.
Insulation fight. What do you mean?
Oh, it's the worst thing ever. So basically, we were playing out at recess in
Okay.
the schoolyard, and a big chunk of insulation blew into the schoolyard, like pink insulation with fiberglass in it, the classic.
Yeah.
So we just see this soft, fluffy stuff. We think it's like cotton candy. We start just whipping each other with it, throwing
Yeah.
it at each other. It's like blowing up, getting all over us.
Yeah.
And then we just all started getting itchy. We didn't know why. And then, we were told by the teachers that was insulation and that's fiberglass, and that we all just started freaking out, thought we were gonna die.
Oh my goodness.
And
check.
It was terrible.
Yo, insulation is really dangerous. If you get that on your eye, you are doomed.
Yeah.
You're doomed.
No, it's something else, not to be messed with.
No, absolutely not, bro. Definito.
This is wild. You are backing me up.
Check. Ladies and gentlemen, I am just thinking right now, we are still live. We're still live.
This is a challenge.
Check. I'm
check.
so like.
You did something. Ooh, you might have. Oh no.
No, I didn't.
Quite. You're close though.
I'm getting close to you.
Very close.
Okay. This take strategy. That would be a stalemate if I do that right now.
Do it.
Oh my goodness.
You don't get to win.
That would definitely be a stalemate if I did that right now.
I see what you're seeing.
You're seeing what I'm seeing?
If I see the stalemate, but yeah. Oh, wait. Wait.
What?
I think you might actually be able to checkmate me.
Yeah?
I think so.
Don't tell me. This is the hardest part about this game.
Just tell me, what were you going to do to stalemate me?
No. If I go there, then you can eat me.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, okay.
If I go there, you can eat me. But then why would you eat me? That is checkmate?
You can checkmate me, bro.
Yeah?
You can checkmate me.
Wait, if I bring that over there, you can... No.
You can.
How, bro? This is what I don't like about this game.
Forfeit, and I'll tell you.
No.
You can checkmate me, bro. I don't like it.
Oh, fuck!
You fucked up.
Oh, my God! I stalemated you!
You stalemated me when you could have checked me.
No, what do you mean? How?
See, look, you were here.
Yeah?
If you go here, watch.
Yeah?
So, obviously, I can't move anywhere without being in danger.
Yeah?
If I kill you, I move into check. I can't move into check. So, I'm stuck and checked. Checkmate right there.
Oh,
checkmate.
My God.
And you freaking went the other way.
Oh, bro. See, this is... I said
That's
this from
crazy.
the get-go. I'm so bad when it comes to this.
That final move, eh?
Bro, Bro, oh my goodness.
This guy made it a checkmate.
No, it was going to be like... I was going to do this. That would have stalemated you.
But why isn't that checkmate? Because I'm check right now.
Check.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
And anywhere I move, I'm still in danger. That's checkmate.
No.
Why not?
Because if you go here...
I'm dead.
You can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and right now I'm in danger. So it's like...
Oh, yes, I checked you. Yeah, no, by me...
check.
No, by me going here, and because of the fact that you can't go anywhere else makes it a stalemate.
No, but...
I have to check you first before it's a checkmate.
But because yesterday, the reason it was a stalemate is you couldn't kill me there. It's just anywhere I moved, I would die.
Anywhere you would move right now, you would die.
But I'm already in danger. Like, you can kill me right now.
What do you mean, bro? So it was my turn if I brought this here.
Now I'm in the shot.
Yes.
And anywhere else I go, I'm still dead. So that's the
a
difference.
Stalemate.
Is yesterday, you didn't have me dead right here, but anywhere I move, I'm dead. So what the difference is what? Because then if you check me and I'm not checkmated, that means I move. So there's no way to check and then checkmate someone.
The people that are watching are probably thinking we're so dumb. But
well,
yeah,
we
I'm
are,
not
bro.
Too sure, yeah.
But in theory, like...
I think so. I do see what you're saying.
If you check me and it's not a checkmate, that means I can move.
So what's the difference between doing this and then this?
They're both checkmate in my eyes.
So I guess we just don't know the rules. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in.
It.
I don't know how long we played for, but this was definitely a fun one. I think
Yeah.
something different.
Something interesting.
But,
and also a new set. We didn't even
Oh
acknowledge
yeah,
that.
a new set.
This
Yeah,
is the
so-
lobby. Welcome.
So if you wanna, I lost my words.
If you want to do a
rent out-
podcast playing
yeah,
chess,
if you wanna,
this
test
is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And we got other games. We got snacks.
Yeah,
We
next
got it
time
all.
next time we're gonna play Connect Four, so that's
It'll be-
easier.
or
It doesn't
Uno.
require that much brain power.
Uno would be sick.
Or Uno.
That'd be far. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you for
peace.
watching. Sorry it was so long.
Oh my god, bro.